Hey guys, Cam here. As you repair the printer, you'll probably encounter many of those plugs and you have no idea what they are. If a wire is broken, you'll freak out. I wrote a little article explaining what they are. I'm gonna call them GST. I know the internet police going to come here arrest me because it's not correct. GST is a company called Japan Solderless Terminal because they make so many of those. When you describe connector, people just put a GST there. So it's easier if you search the web and just put GST there, and easier for you to find your product. I'll put a link to the article above, and also I'm going to put it in the description. Today I'm going to show you some of them and describe how I differentiate them. Let's start with what you need. You need a crimping tool. Just before I shoot this video, my GST crimper, I don't know where it went. Basically, you strip the wire, and whoever sell you those, they'll give you this. If you look at this, there are two wings on the side, but this is not a correct crimper, right? I just use this as an example. Okay, this is too big. Anyway, so it look like this, and you're sort of like holding it there on those two wings, and then you insert this to here, and you'll clamp down, and this will be secured. You can see the two wings, they huggle around the wire and hold it, and your metal is secured there. You will notice there's a notch on the top. You have a tab here. Okay, so if you just insert this with a notch on the top, and it's locked. Okay, and when you try to remove it, there's a terminal remover. The most useful one is just this single one. So basically, you just pry this tab and push it down. So now I'm going through some of those. So first one is XH series. Is 2.5 millimeter pitch. The pitch means the distance between the two pins. If you take this, for example, this 4 pins, then divide the number of pins minus 1. For example, 2 pins divided by 1, 3 pins divided by 2, and you're going to get that pitch. Yeah, close enough. 2.5. Okay. Yeah, this is a 4 pin for the 2 millimeter pitch. You can see this the difference. Okay, so it's about 6. So 6 divided by 3, that's 2 millimeter pitch. So for the XH series, which is the double groove usually, so there are 2 of those, and for the 2, the male look like this, like a double arrow. So when you insert it, I can secure there. Okay, I'll save this here. So we're gonna compare with the second one, the PH series. So those two are really common. So let's do the PH. And the PH also has a single or double groove. So for the PH single groove. But PH tab is straight. It doesn't have that double arrow. So this XH, this is PH. Okay, let's move on to PA. And the PA is also 2.0 and has this single wide hook. When you have a machine that does have lots of vibrations, and the PA is your choice. If you want to see a PA with more than 2 pins, and here's a 3-pin PA. And sometimes you see they say PHB or PHB-HY, and from my experience, they're the exactly same as PA. Another common connection is SM is 2.5 millimeter pitch. You usually see the SM on the like a motor connect, and it has a hook here. The other has wings. Hooker with wings, nice. And here sometimes you see SYP and sometimes you see RCY. Basically, SYP is the 2-pin version of RCY. and they usually get used in the battery connection, and you often see it in red. Okay, just by knowing those connections, and you can walk on water in the printer field. Anyway, so it's quiz time. This is from power supply of L1800, a single groove. pH. Let's try the pH. Good job. Okay, let's see a 4-pin connection from Color Pro. We'll fit a double groove, no arrow, straight. Which one is it? There we go. And looking for a double groove, no arrow. 2 in a row. Okay, I just show you how to identify them, and also how to take the wire off from the base. To complete the cycle, I also want to show you how to solder them and desolder them off the through-hole connection on the board. And here's Abby, our expert on soldering, desoldering, going to help you.
Hey guys, I'm working on a sideboard repair for a DTF printer that was brought in. Kevin had repaired this before by soldering on a pin. He didn't put a cap on, he just told the customer to be gentle and careful when she plugged the wire back in. So you can see that it works by a through hole. You just put 2 pins through there and there should be a cap on it. When they took the wire out, and one of the pins with it. So I'm going to use my desolder gun, and I'll stick it over the pin, and I'll press my button, and it should take the pin out. I use it on the back first, and that pin came out. And then I tried on that second pin, and you can see that this one's a lot more flush to the board. I really wasn't able to get it out from that side. I didn't want to try to add more solder on that end. I just decided I was going to flip the board over and try from the front side of the board where the pin stuck out a lot more. If you happen to be interested in the desolder gun that I am using, we have other videos that discuss the different types of desolder guns that we use and the ones that I like best. The one I like best is the one that I'm using in this video. So the board might look a little bit messy right now, but you can just use your finger to brush that off. I just wiped it off with my thumb. Now I have 2 clear holes that I can put my cap through. And let's look at the cap now. So, see, it's a white cap that we have, and there's 2 legs where we can put it in place where we just took out the other 2 legs. But now this one has a cap on it. The thing is, we need to pay attention to the direction. This is a square, but at the top we have a big dip in it. And I'm going to show you, this is the fun little board I just work on. My dad gave it to me. It's a mini clock. And on here you can see it also shows direction. With other components, not like the one we're using in this video, but it also shows that there's directions for positive and negative. So it's always something we have to look at when we're putting components on, of which way they go. So here I just push it back into place through the holes that I opened up. Here's what it looks like on the back. And the way I'm going to secure this to the board is I will now take my solder machine and I'm going to drop a little bit of lead on both of the legs so it's going to hold it in place. I cleaned the tip of my solder iron and dipped it in a little bit of flux, and then I just hold it to the leg and I hold a little bit of the lead, hold it for maybe a couple seconds, 3 seconds, and lift off. Now we see I put it back on and the board should be working.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. Visit us at bchtechnology.com or locally, Greensboro, North Carolina. Cheers.